Andrew, lovely to see you. Thanks so much for joining us on this Monday program. And you've been before the Select Committee again. All for good, though, hopefully, for the RMA.
Yeah, so there was a rushed piece of legislation, rushed in a good way for a change, put in front of Select Committee and Parliament last week to try and speed up or cut through the RMA red tape in relation to allow people to get on with putting things back together again in the aftermath of the flood. We had similar legislation after the Christchurch earthquake and also the Kaikoura earthquake. So fairly pleased that it got put forward and presented. We were able to present. We did get some changes that we were after, and that the time frame got extended, so it allows that this covers for a full year period and allow people plenty of time to get on with this work. There are a couple of little things, though. It's not going to apply to prohibited activities, and we're hoping to, with further discussion, change that, because there are some things that are prohibited at certain times of the year, such as burning piles of slash and debris in the Hawke's Bay. You know, it's going to be the only way they can get rid of this stuff is throwing a match on it and just getting rid of it. And but it's burning in normal times is prohibited in the Hawke's Bay over a number of months, so that's just going to be nonsensical.
Now, the other thing that was interesting on Friday, I think you were at the Central District's Field Days in the Manawatu, and a big new sort of donation campaign that would post your support. What is that all about?
So this is something that farmlands have sort of came up with, and we've come in behind to support it, along with a number of other people. And basically, the idea is anyone in New Zealand can, pay in $20, as it were, to buy a post or a metre of fencing. And basically, what that then means is farmers that are affected, they're able to apply for a grant, and if they place an order, so up to $5,000 at this stage, and I think, and if they place an order for $5,000 of fencing material, then that sort of gets the two cancel each other out. Obviously, for some people, it's going to be way more than $5,000 that they need to do, but at least that's something taken off the bill, and it may be able to be higher once all the support comes in. We'll see what happens. Yeah. How
does it sort of operate? Basically, how do we get involved, as it were?
I think go to the website for it. There should be links on the Fed Farmers website and also the Farmlands website, and you basically click and follow the instructions. And anyone can. You don't have to be a farmer. You don't have to have a Farmlands account to contribute. And likewise, if you're a farmer that's affected and you don't have a Farmlands account, you're still able to apply to get that help.
Now, I understand as well, of course, we've heard, in fact, I heard from Terry Copeland last week, the Farmy Army is being mobilised, and you've had a pretty good response for that as well.
They started off this weekend. Certainly had lots of people initially signal that they were keen to be involved. And I guess the challenge will be keeping that momentum going forward. So, I just encourage people, if you do want to get involved, it's not going to be a let's go in there for 2 weeks and everything's solved sort of thing. This is going to be several months worth of work. So, if you think, hey, this is something I'd like to contribute to, what I'd suggest is talk to some mates, organise, a group of you from whatever region it may be, and just talk, connect in with us. When can our group come in and do some work, and we'll be able to make sure it happens. And I think that's probably, if we can get the more people we can get now that it's up and running, the better, because there is so much work. And you don't have to show up tomorrow. It can be, hey, we're going to be quiet on farm in a month's time, and so let's signal now that, hey, we're willing to come over for 2 or 3 days in a month's time or 2 months' time, whatever it may be. That would be very welcome, because like I said, it's going to take a while to get everything fixed, and so people can just keep considering that, and particularly those people with the skills that will be needed.